Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is 9 o'clock Thursday night, Eastern Standard Time, and it's your boys, Mike and Mish with the Mike and Mish Show. What up, Mike?
Yo, what is going on, Kyle? How you feeling? How you living?
Oh, I'm feeling just fucking great. So my kid's been sick. School just started, literally just started, and I'm already catching the freaking itis from these little shits. So
Yep.
I left work at noon today. Got sick a few times, slept through the afternoon, and I'm here now with my favorite people in the entire world. We got Big Ben, we got Absent Minded, we got Mike Hunold, we got Joe Ivy, we got Rick Caruso, we got Wesley Killeagle, TJ Slaxton, Swervo Cuts. Where else am I gonna fucking be? I feel like shit, but I want to talk to some people, and we got a couple guests coming on tonight, Mike.
You want to talk to some people? I know what you're saying. You know what? When you just said, my son, he's sick,
Yeah,
that reminded me of the Jerky Boys.
my son.
You remember the Jerky? Do you remember the Jerky
I remember
Boys
the Jerky
where
Boys.
they ordered the pizza?
Yeah.
And the guy calls and he says, "My wife, she's sick. My daughter, she's sick, and you want to send me fucking coupon?" I bombed that place. You remember that?
Yes, I
That shit
remember
was
that. That
awesome.
shit's you want to
Jerky
send me
Boys.
fucking coupon?
Love it.
Yeah.
I love the Jerky Boys so much.
It's classic. There'll never be another thing like the Jerky Boys. But
Never.
but here I am, man. We got
Look at
Hasan Al-Ghanim.
in the chat.
Awesome. Hasan Al-Ghanim coming on. 2-0, 2 knockouts out of Edmonton, Canada. The guy's a fucking beast at 155 pounds. Had a great call out at the end of his fight. Once again, someone calling out the champ at featherweight. I mean, it's not a week goes by where Kai Stewart doesn't get called out by someone. So it's freaking great. We're going to talk to Hasan, and then after him, we're going to bring on BKFC's newest signing, 16-3 MMA pro, UFC veteran Nate Maness is coming on. Mayhem himself. What do you think about that?
I think it's fantastic because he just got signed. We will have the pleasure of pretty much being the first real interview for bare knuckle fighting championship. We're the guys. He's going to come on here. We're going to talk to him. We're the first people. We're going to do it tonight. And I am honored. I feel honored. Do you feel honored, Kyle?
I am honored.
You should feel honored.
I feel like this is going to be a good episode. Before we come on the air here, did you see the weigh-ins, Mike? A little feistiness between the ladies in the main event there. We got Misfit giving Jade the old shovarooski on the stage. What'd you think about this?
Pushed her on the neck, and Jade was smiling through it.
She was smiling. She loves that. She loves the pain.
She brought a scissor out, and I couldn't put together what was going on with the scissors.
All you were thinking of was scissor me timbers, weren't you?
I was. Yes, I was. It's exactly the first thing I asked Joe Ivy. I texted her. I said, scissor me timbers. You know, South Park, if you're a South Park fan, you should know that line. But yeah, the scissors, and then it happened. Cyrus said, what are you going to do tomorrow? She said, I'm going to take her head off. And he was like, and then he was probably like thinking the same thing, scissor me timbers. And he was like, oh, it's to cut her head off. I get it. All right. It went over everything's head.
Yeah. Nah, it's cool. On a scale of 1 to 10, let's rate Jade's weigh-ins outfit, Mike. Go ahead. You rate it 1 to 10.
Well, let's think about her personality first.
I'm
going to give it an 8.5.
You know what? I will say the same. I will give it an 8 as well. And the reason why it wouldn't be an 8.5 or possibly a 9 for me is because the fake blood looks a little brown. It looked like she was chugging a coffee before she went out there, and it just like dribbled out the both sides of her mouth and just all over her chest. So she had like dripped coffee. You know what I mean?
They told her before, like, please don't put blood all over the place because we don't want to clean it. Like, we'll have to stay here and scrub the floors and shit. Like, we don't want to do that. Don't do that again, please.
I don't know. It was cool, and I did like that Misfit come out with the American flag and the gold outfit.
Yeah.
Oh, why is Big Ben fucking telling you he loves you so much? What is this shit?
I don't know.
Ben, what's your fucking deal, dude?
It's love.
It's Thursday night love on fucking Mike night here.
Bucko. Share the love, Bucko.
Yeah. Chill the fuck out, Bucko. He's a fucking guy. Anyways, yeah, we should shout out our sponsors. Let's do that, Mike. We got bucked up.
We should do it.
Yeah, we got bucked up. I'm wearing one of their shirts right now. Look at this. I'm just trying to find the thing. There you go. Go to buckedup.com. Listen up.
Listen up. Hey, listen up.
Listen up.
Yes, listen to Jake Lindsay when I tell you to go to buckedup.com, use promo code Mike and Mish 20, get 20% off all the shit that you purchase there because their supplements are the best. And I stand by that statement. It'll keep you in the gym. It'll keep you energized. It'll get you strong and make you look fucking strong like bull or
strong like a bull.
Strong
like buck.
Strong like buck. Get bucked up over at buckedup.com. Mike and Mish 20. Do it now.
Hey, it's Dynamic Life, sexual health, weight loss, and anti-aging. Retake control of your life by reaching optimal health. Visit www.livedynamic.com. It's the only online platform where you can become a patient in under 20 seconds. Also, check out their Instagram page at Live Dynamic. That's L-I-V Dynamic on Instagram.
The yuck it up voice. I love it. In hey, Rasha. Check it out. Go over to I can't do the shit that you do, man. Get over to the Rasha, guys. The Rasha is going to be on full display tomorrow night when Christine Faria steps into the main event against Jad Masan Wong. It is a main sponsor of the BKFC, but it's also a sponsor of this show, your favorite BKFC podcast. It is the Rasha. It is designed to elevate your mindset to an elite, high-impact, high-performance championship level. And if you don't believe me, just go over to www.therasha.com and read up on the whole damn thing. Listen to some of the testimonials on there because I believe them. And also follow them on Instagram. Go at Rasha Revolution on Instagram, and they have a link in the bio. You can click on that too. You can get to their website through there too. Right, Mike? Right, Mike? Guess what else is going on right now?
What is going on?
The NFL season started.
Oh my God, it's Thursday night football. I forgot about that. I forgot all about that.
Yep, Thursday night football
Who's
is
playing?
on. The Chiefs, the defending world champion Chiefs, Super Bowl champion Chiefs, are taking on the reigning MVP Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. And my boy Derrick Henry, who I said will score more than 20 touchdowns this year, scored a touchdown in the first drive of the season, baby. Woohoo! Let's go.
So
I
how
love
about
it.
that?
Yeah, how about that? And newsflash: the Patriots are going to fucking suck again this year. So,
Oh, surprise, surprise. Can't really complain. Still working off that 21-year just can of whoop ass they opened on the entire league. I'm still happy from it. I can't get over how great it was.
you know,
So
when
if you're not a Patriots fan, then hey, guess what? You could be a Tampa Bay fan too. Like I was a Tampa Bay fan for like a season, and that was also awesome. So
yeah,
yep, I do love
so
it.
when he left and went to Tampa Bay, dude, the amount of people that asked me, "Do you hate Brady now? Do you hate Brady? Oh, it's fuck Brady now, right? Fuck Brady." I'm like, why would it be fuck Brady, dude? He gave me 20
yeah.
years of the best years of my life. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I went to 11 straight opening day games, and like 6 of them they were hoisting fucking banners.
Dude, I almost purposely broke like a $400 pair of sunglasses on a regular season game against the Texans in overtime just because I was that happy. Just because I was that happy to watch Tom Brady come from behind and take over that whole game. I smashed my Prada glasses on the damn seat in front of me. You were there. Our wives were there. They were
Yep.
probably embarrassed, but
That's
we
right.
didn't care because Tom Brady gave us the power to do it.
Dude, back in the day, so we used to go to Patriots games. We're going to talk about bare knuckle in a few minutes here, but just let us fucking go for a second.
Let us go.
We used to go up to Hasan. The time change got us
People don't
again.
do-
But
people
he's
can't
coming
do
on.
time.
He's coming on right now.
All right.
He was thinking 9 o'clock his time. Do you know that 9 o'clock in Edmonton is 7 p.m.? I mean, 9 o'clock here is 7 o'clock in Edmonton. So he said, "Oh shit!" All right,
I do go. I use Google. I go Edmonton time like that, like stupid. That's how I do it.
Dude,
And then it's 7:10.
Real quick before Hasan gets on here, though, I want to tell this because this is how
Yep.
crazy we used to do with the Patriot games. We would drive a camper up there and pull a fucking smoker behind the camper with like 140-pound pig in that bitch. And we go up there at 7 o'clock in the morning for a fucking 4 o'clock in the afternoon game in Foxborough. And we would get up there for 7 and get that thing going. And by 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they're cutting into the fucking pig, giving us just about an hour to fucking eat that shit and then get to the game. It was like we used to do that. And like the first time you go to a Patriots game with the cookout behind the thing, you had to kiss the pig. So like I have a picture with me kissing the pig. My buddy Joel opens the pig's mouth and licks its fucking tongue. We're like, dude, you know how many diseases?
Don't do that again. Don't kiss Joel. I know you like to kiss Joel. Don't kiss him anymore. You could be in big trouble.
Dude, tongue to tongue, right down the dead pig's tongue.
Nasty.
I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. He's just asking to get fucking sick and die. It's crazy. But anyways, Joel's still with us.
He dies,
to this day.
he dies.
If he dies, he dies. He is my son's godfather, and he is fucking healthy and as healthy as he can be.
He's okay. I saw him. He's strong like buck. So listen, we do have 2 tickets to give away, courtesy of Tony Chappell, our friend of the show, longtime friend. We've known Tony for about 4 years at this point. You know that? Mm-hmm. I remember him being in Biloxi. I think it was in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Years.
It was like BKFC 20. I remember him being there, and he might have even been around just before that too. It was a while ago. But we have 2 tickets to the event to give away. And I'm talking about the event in Salt Lake City tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So all you have to do is answer a question. So why don't we just do the question right now? And if somebody gets it right, I will message that person that they have won. It's a pretty easy question, I think, and it's easily found on Instagram if you don't know the answer. So I'm basically already cheating for you.
All right. So let me throw the question up, and then we'll bring Hasan onto the show, and we'll wait to see if we get a winner. All you got to do, guys, all you got to do is answer this question. Who is Christine Misfit Faria's favorite UFC fighter? She has said it on this show several times. She has posted about it, and she recently posted about it on her Instagram. All you got to do is know the answer to that and be able to get to the event in Salt Lake City tomorrow night, which is the tough part. So
and
if
these are
you're
table seats. Table seats at the ring and the walkout. So it's like right at the corner where the walkout is and the ring. So those are great seats. Thank you, Tony Chappell, for that. Hopefully, he said he was going to be watching, but he was delayed his flight and all this other stuff. So
he is watching.
All right, great. Thank you, Tony.
So go ahead and bring on our first guest, Mike.
Yes, sir. Everybody stay tuned because when we come back, we're going to be joined by Star.
There's the overhand right. That lands right hand again. Knocked at number 3. We're done. Victory, Hasan Al-Ghanim.
And Kai, you said I couldn't take your man out. You said I couldn't take your man out. You said he's going to win the fight. He's going to put me out. What happened, Kai? Bring more guys from Montana. I'll kick all their asses, and I'm coming for you at 145, motherfucker.
Canada, by way of Samoa, Iraq, here is Hasan Al-Ghanim. That's it. Goes Dalton Stiebel. Game, set, match. Hasan Al-Ghanim.
Welcome, Hasan Al-Ghanim. That was a fucking call out, my friend, to follow your second awesome knockout in the BKFC so far.
Hell yeah.
Right off the rip, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Doing great. We had to get you on here because we hadn't had you on before either one of your first 2 fights. We had your teammate, Chad Lucanis, on here.
Yeah.
We had Chad on. He was fun. You guys got some serious killers in that gym. So I'm like, after this past weekend, I'm like, dude, we got to get Hasan on here for sure. What the fuck? You got to tell us a little bit about yourself right off the bat. Tell us about it's the Wolf House, right?
Yeah, the gym's called the Wolves.
The Wolf House. How you end up at the Wolf House?
Did you ask Chad the story?
I don't remember if I asked Chad the story.
We have a very similar story. So what happened back in I don't remember the year, maybe like 6-7 years ago. Me and the head coach Parvez, we were actually training out of another gym. A more, you could say, commercial gym. I'm not gonna say the name of it. But the Parvez and the owner of the gym didn't see eye to eye for whatever reason. So Parvez was just like, you know what, we're going to create our own gym. He comes, taps on my shoulder. Hey, it's nice training with you. I've already trained there for like 2 months. It's nice training with you. But I'm going to be here. This is my last week. I'm going to be leaving, going to be starting my own gym. Right away, I packed my bags. I'm like, where are we going? All right. We ended up literally building the first gym from the ground up. It used to be an office for an insurance company on top of an Italian bakery.
Nice.
Yeah. And it was
free gnocchi downstairs, Mike.
Oh, I love it.
But yeah, the whole entire thing was probably less than 100 square feet. Like, it was small place. And then from there, the gym just blew up, and now we have almost 17,000 square foot gym.
Wow. No shit.
Yeah.
Is that where they held? That's where they held the tryouts in Edmonton. Was that at that gym?
Yeah, the tryouts were actually held at Wolf House number 3. So we like to keep track of the names of, Wolf House 1, 2, 3. We've moved 4 times so far because of we couldn't keep up with the members in the space. So that tryouts were actually held at Wolf House 3. Wow. This new Wolf House is 3 times the size of that old one.
Well, you guys are developing your fighters pretty goddamn good in there. And yeah. I got to say, man, you've been impressive your first 2 fights out there. The first knockout was fantastic. It is like a knockout of the year nominee for sure.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean,
likely.
We got to ask you this because both of these have been on the prospect series. Have you had a conversation? Are you signed to the company now, or are you waiting for the call? How does this work?
Right now, I know that my manager, Parvez and Ryan, they're both talking to Nate Shook about, just all the stuff that happens behind the scenes to get me signed with them. But as of literally this second right now, I'm not.
No. Well, I think you should be, and I think you will be, because after 2 performances like that, and plus, to be honest with you, I couldn't believe you were a 155er when I first saw you, because you look stout. You're a thick 155er, and then you go ahead and you finish this dude the other day, and you're like, Kai, I'll come down to 145 and fuck you up too. I'm like, good Lord, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty, you could say like there's girth to me, but pretty short guy.
Okay.
I used the word girth today. That's the second time I've heard the word girth. It's a good word. A very good word. Like that word. Hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, from 1 to 10, how much do you love Kai Stewart?
Probably like a -15 or something like that.
A -15.
It's
Damn.
so funny.
We started a double scale below.
Yeah.
It's funny how many people can't stand Kai. It is kind of hilarious. He's done a very good job, like becoming a heel. You know what I mean? Like, to steal a term from pro wrestling, like he has that heel persona. And just people fucking hate his ass, dude.
They just want to punch him in the face.
That's for sure.
So what is the plan for you now? Like, you wait for the call, and I'm gonna guess that they're gonna call. The call's gonna get made. Is 155 where you would like to stay in the BKFC, or is a move to 145? Because both of those divisions are both kick-ass divisions.
Yeah.
145 might be the hottest division in the BKFC right now, to be honest with you. But either way, you look like you pack middleweight to light heavyweight power in those lower weight divisions. So either one of them could fit well for you. What is the plan?
It's up in the air right now. Me and my coach are still talking about whether I should stay at 155 or move down to 145. I know for sure Kai's not coming up to 155, right? He's going to stay at 145 because that's just him. So chances are I'm just going to go down to 145.
He did, and Mike can confirm this. Didn't he talk about how he's so young, he still hasn't been putting on like his grown man muscles yet? So a move up to one. He did say that a move up to 155. Yeah, the move to 155 will come at some point, and he did say that after he defends his title next, he wants the winner of what the hell? Oh, Tony Soto and Franco Tenaglia. That's what he said, and that would be a move to 155. So there is that there.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see how that works out for him.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah.
So in that first fight, I want to go back to the first fight you had, right? Because it seemed as though you and hold on, I know I've got his name here, Dalton Steibel. Hopefully I said that right. Steibel.
Yeah,
Dalton Steibel. Did you guys like know each other before that, or did you just start getting into a beef like when you got to, the hotel and finally met face to face? Because I wasn't following you guys before that, but when I watched you guys weighing in, I was like, these guys hate each other or something? Like, what's going on here?
So he was actually at the tryouts with us.
Okay.
For the BKFC tryouts here at Edmonton, right? And he was originally supposed to fight my teammate at 165. He refused to fight my teammate Drew, anyways. Drew Stuvo, right? He was supposed to fight him at 165 that night. He didn't want to do anything with Drew, so the next option was me, and I kind of felt, disrespected, obviously, because he thought I was the easier fight. But that was just from my end, right? Contracts assigned. We're ready to fight. Literally 5 days after the contract's been signed and the fight's made public, he's posting a whole bunch of stuff about me. His team is posting a whole bunch of stuff about me, messaging me, DMing me, going on all my posts, talking shit about just me, just literally everything you could ever think of, right? Yeah, to the point where like it bothered a few of my family members. So that's when it became a little personal kind of thing, where it was just like, okay, you want to deal with this? We could deal with this right now. We don't have to wait for the fight. And I'm not the type of person to go online and message people and blah 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 blah. You got an issue with me, we can handle it face to face. And then yeah, from there it just kept going until the weigh-ins. And then in the weigh-ins, obviously you guys seen the weigh-ins, I called him out and called his team out about all the nonsense they were doing. No response from him face to face, no response from his teammate face to face. And then sure enough, right after the weigh-ins, the posts and the tags and all that stuff continued. So yeah.
And then
like Megan says in the comments, sounds like he was asking for an ass whooping.
Yeah. Actually, the comments, if you guys want to go on my Instagram, the comments are still there under the post of me and him. You know, that poster. The comments are still there. So
when you knocked him out, and everybody who was watching just now, you saw the knockout. He ended up like literally underneath the turnbuckle. You know, I don't like his head like hit it. I think. I try to watch it multiple times to see, like, because it just happens so fast. It looks like he, like, kind of hits it and, like, rolls underneath it. So it's, like, right above his face. And I'm like, you could see the guy, like, one of the cornermen or somebody jumps in to, like, move him over. Because, you know, like, if he was to wake up, that thing's, like, right over his face. He'd probably been like, where the hell am I? Like, what is this? I've got a thing. He tries to get up. He can't get up because something's, like, over his head. I've never seen somebody, like, fall underneath, like, just straight underneath the turnbuckle like that.
I've seen a couple like fall out of the ring, but not like you're saying where their head is just literally right underneath. So
yeah, it like perfectly hit it just enough. Like he had just enough room for his head to like roll back and fall underneath it. And it was pretty brutal, actually. It was a brutal one. I'm telling you, that's gonna be a nominee this year. We do an annual award show. This will be the 3rd annual Mike and Mish Mission Accomplished Bare Knuckle Awards is what it is. And man, I think knockout of the year, that's probably going to be in there.
It'll definitely be nominated for sure. That one's one of the best ones so far.
Yeah,
and you clearly
voted.
Yeah, you clearly have like you clearly pack a ton of power. Like if you've always been known as a power puncher, because even in this last fight, the first time you touched him in that first round, when he went down, the look on his face was just like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I don't think he expected what was in your hands there, man. Have you always been a real big power puncher?
Yeah. So actually in the amateurs, the lowest weight that I fought at is 165 pounds.
Okay.
My same structure, same everything. The lowest weight was 165 pounds, and I fought guys up to 178. Obviously, it's amateur boxing. It's a little bit different, but fighting those guys is pretty much like that. That's how I got my power, right? That's how I was able to withstand a lot of pretty much, you could say, damage, right? Because I'm fighting guys that are 20 pounds heavier than what I currently am. So, and I put those guys out. So,
yeah, it's crazy. You definitely have some force in those punches, and
you could tell.
This last one, you could tell in that. Yeah, you could tell by the look on your opponent's face in this last one. He was just like, "Oh shit."
Sometimes that happens, you know, like it's not even a dig at him. It's just like, it's one of those fights where when it started, you caught him pretty early. And when he went down, you kind of knew like right then, like this is probably not going to go Ibsen's way. You know, it just isn't going to. You could just tell right away. You just had too much power in there. He might have to either go down or you're just, you know, it's like that. Let's talk about part owner here, Conor McGregor. He used to drop down so far away, so he used to hit people and just put them out. Like there was the next day he'd come in heavy. He's got some fucking massive power behind those fists, and he would just level people. It just happened often.
It's something that like I'm pretty well known for, even around our gym and actually around pretty much all of Alberta. That if you're gonna see me fight, you're expecting a knockout. That's the reason why you're coming to watch me fight, regardless of what weight class or anything like that, right? There's a few times where I would spar people from other gyms, and they would also be shook about a guy my size, my weight, carrying such a like heavy punch, you could say.
It is a wild amount of power. Before we let you go, we have another guest coming on, but you mentioned the Wolf House and you mentioned Drew Stuvey. Is that how you say it? Stuvo. and yourself and Chad, are there anybody else? Is there anybody else from the Wolf House gym that we are going to be seeing in the BKFC, or is it the three of you guys for now?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. I know it's the three of us for now because we're us three are pretty close because we came in through the Trouts and all that stuff, right? Everybody else, so like the two Cadens, for instance, the younger Caden, because we have two Cadens, Caden Scott and Caden Giroux. I feel like both of them want to continue on with BKFC. Alexandra as well, she had a pretty good debut, right? So I think she might even consider that. I don't know.
Is it mainly is it a MMA gym? Is it a boxing gym? Is it like a little of everything? What is exactly going on in the Wolf House?
We literally have everything. We have boxing, and we have obviously our head coach and owner Parvez and Ryan Ford. That's both done boxing and MMA. We have Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. We literally just have every single thing you could think of.
Okay, so you're just churning out all around fighters out of your gym. Love it.
And then everybody does their little specialty. If they want to dabble in something else, feel free to dabble in anything you want.
Well, hey, man, we wanted to get you on here. We wanted to get to know you a little bit. Great job once again. Moved to 2-0 with 2 knockouts in the BKFC Prospect Series. Hoping we see you soon on a numbered card somewhere, because you look like you bring some dynamite to that lightweight division. And even if you move down to featherweight, that featherweight division's fucking insane. So
yeah,
you'd be exciting down there for sure. Before we let you go, would you like to take a minute and shout any people out or say anything before you go?
I didn't get a chance to shout out any of my sponsors or my coaches or my family during the fight because I don't know why, whatever. But yeah, like just want to give a shout out to all my family. My wife, she dealt with the whole entire training camp, made all my food and all that stuff. My sponsors like Terabane Law, sorry, not Terabane, Ali Terabane from Paragon Law. He's literally since day one, I told him I'm going to start fighting. He was just like, let's do it, right? Let's do it. I'll take care of your whole entire career for you. So
wow.
Big shout out to him. It's hard to find people like that, right? So it's not even like a sponsor anymore. He's like family to me. I could call him at like 3 a.m. and he'll just pick up the phone. So yeah, those guys are pretty good people. And then obviously my coaches and all my training partners and all that stuff. And yeah, my opponent too, actually. He's a really nice guy. Got a chance to talk to him for like 15, 20 minutes after the fight. Really nice guy. I hope he's doing well.
Good stuff, man. Hey, thank you for coming on tonight. I hope we see you on a card soon. Once again, keep doing your thing, because I have a feeling you're right what David Feldman likes. You know what I mean? You come out to do damage. You know what I mean? Did you get before we let you go? Did you get one of his Did you get a speech or anything from anybody from the BKFC before you went out there? I don't know. Was Feldman even there?
He was supposed to be there actually, but unfortunately, for whatever reasons unknown, he wasn't able to make it. But it is what it is.
You'll get to see one. He fires everybody up before you go out there and start slinging them. So yeah. Thanks a lot for coming on, Hasan. Mike, you got anything else for him?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mr. Feldman, Nate Shook, I think it's time. We've got to sign Hasan, right, Hasan? Let these guys know. This dude needs a contract. He's been putting in work, knocking people out, and I think we all want to see it. Conor McGregor, sign this guy. Let's go.
Going to keep coming. All the knockouts are going to keep coming, Until
yes, sir.
That title with Kai, they're going to keep happening.
Hell yeah. Well, I can't wait till the next time you fight. Hopefully it's soon. All I can say is, from us doing this for the last 4 years and working with BKFC, stay ready, because the phone call is going to come. Yeah. I promise. It is going to happen. And they're going to be like, hey, we need you. And just stay ready, because they're going to do it. And you're going to be there and you're going to capitalize on it, man. I can see it now. So thank you. Thank you so much for coming on. And everybody else, stick around, because when we come back, Mayhem is here.
Thank you guys.
Later, Hasan.
Later, man.
Not taking anything away from those three, but the one I'm most excited about, because we were working on the deal for a while and we got it done, and we were going to announce it last week. But man, this guy he's 16-3 in MMA. He's a UFC veteran. He's either going to fight at 125 or 135. We're going to, really just kind of see where he fits. And, in this sport where he fits, right? In MMA, it was a little different. He dropped a little more. He might be at the 135-pound division, but Nate Maness. So Nate Maness is now officially signed with BKFC, and I'm really, really pumped about that one. That's going to be an awesome addition to our 125-135-pound division.
I can't wait to see how Nate Maness fits in. That's awesome.
Yeah.
There you go.
There he
is.
Mayhem. Nate, man, what's going on, man?
What's going on, guys?
Hey,
What is happening?
Tony, are you going to answer that question right off the rip for us? Are we going to see you in 125 or 135 in the BKFC?
That's the first time I've heard 135 as an option. I always planned to go to 125 and eventually fight Dawson or Dotson. Yeah, man, I plan on fighting 125 my first fight, getting that title, and then maybe moving up from there. But yeah, that's the goal right now.
I love it, man. Hey, when we heard about your signing, I actually heard like a week ago, and I was waiting for them to make the announcement so we can try to get you on here and talk to you. I was surprised because you're kind of like you're young, you're kind of what were you 5-2 in the UFC? It's like you were kicking the shit out of, like you were doing your damn thing in the UFC. Guys usually don't just walk away. How did the move from UFC over to BKFC come about?
Yeah, so we I mean, I don't really know how to explain the UFC situation. They wanted to move on. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, of course, there were some other big organizations, but I feel like BKFC is exactly what I do in the UFC. I kind of walk forward, using my hands, try to stop people from grappling with me. Even I do plenty of grappling and wrestling and all those things, but just trying to be exciting for the fans. They like to see people punch each other in the face, and that's what I've done most of my career, and I feel like this was the perfect fit for me.
I love the fact that BKFC is an option now. Not that it wasn't an option before, but it wasn't like a viable option. Not even hating. I love this company. We've been following this sport from pretty much the beginning, and we're diehards, as you can see. But the thing is that it wasn't like a viable option as like, hey, I'm with the UFC. If I'm going to leave the UFC, am I going to go to BKFC? Like, who knows what BKFC is? But now everybody knows what BKFC is. So it's very tempting, I imagine. And it's awesome that it gives all the fighters another option to go to.
Yeah, man, they were super accommodating to me. We both made compromises on, each other's side to get this deal done. They worked with me really well. I'm happy with my pay. Like you said, they're a big company now. They're able to, put out a little bit more for these bigger names and things like that. So, yeah, man, I feel really good about it. I'm happy with my contract. I'm happy with the organization. I'm just ready to get in there and punch some faces, man.
Were you a fan of bare knuckle while you were fighting in the UFC and you're doing your MMA thing? Were you paying attention to what was going on over here with the new sport? And because at the beginning, when we started covering the sport and we went and covered our first event, it was Knucklemania 1. And that was back 2021, middle of COVID, fucking 800 people or something at the event because they weren't allowed to put a certain number of people because of the mask and the whole COVID
Social
thing.
distancing.
So they're trying to build a sport when this pandemic is happening, and they fought through it. And it was basically Bellator was in their bubble over at Mohegan Sun. UFC was still doing their thing. And the only other organization out there that were pumping out events was the BKFC. Were they on your radar back then?
Yeah. I'm always tuning into the highlights. It's just complete violence over there, man. I love it. I'm happy to be a part of it. It's a lot different than the other organizations that you mentioned. It's different to the table. Even just the highlights and things that I watch, man, people just jump right in the middle and they're throwing, they're going in. I think that's what the fans want to see, especially you hear a lot about, at least the UFC crowd, the grappling and the laying and praying and things like that. You don't have that over here. It's just complete action from start to finish. And I think the fans appreciate that.
Yeah, that's what, a lot of the UFC veterans that come over, yourself you're kind of like an anomaly right now. John Dotson too. Dotson wasn't really done his MMA career either. a lot of them, like Rothwell, came over at 41 years old, and he looked at it as, I'm retiring from one career and I'm starting a new career because I don't have to do all the things that I used to do. You're only what, 33 years old?
33, yes, sir.
So you're young. Does that excite you that you don't have to worry about the grappling and the kicking and the submissions or anything like that? Or it doesn't make a difference to you?
Yeah, I just feel like I can really open up with my game. I just fought Jimmy Flick. It's been a couple months now, June 15th. It's just really hard to open up with your striking when you have guys that, from the very beginning that they're just trying to shoot in on your legs. It's hard to get in close. It's hard to really explode with your shots. It makes the entire game a lot different. So I'm excited for something new. I don't feel like this is my retirement organization just to make a couple of dollars before I head out. Like I said, I'm 33 years old. I'm still fighting at 125. That takes a lot of work and effort and discipline to get down to. That's going to keep me on track, keep me solid. You can't cut any corners when you're doing things like that. So I'm definitely here to win titles, man. And I don't really mean 1, 2, 3. I fought as high as, 155. I definitely think I can do 25, 35, and 45, especially when I don't have to think about, big wrestlers laying on me. I'm definitely here to make a mark, improve on my career. I don't see this as, like a Ben Rothwell signing. Not that he's not doing well or things like that. Just that I'm not done. I'm not here just to make a paycheck. I'm here to make some noise.
No, and that's not what this is anymore. Like that at the beginning, that's what people were like calling this, right? But like Mike Perry really changed everybody's mind.
Yeah.
He changed everybody's mind. Then Chad came, and then Luke Rockhold came over, and like now it's like name after name after name, and then they get a guy like you who's like 33 years old in your prime right now. I love this signing, dude. I love it. And the 125 division needs someone like you right now because you got a few guys. I don't know if you're familiar with, besides John Dotson, you got Dagoberto Aguero, right? Did I say his name right? Dagoberto Aguero. Yes. He went 5 rounds with John Dotson.
Should have been 6 rounds.
Should have been 6
rounds.
But then they got a guy named Rambo LaFleur, and they got Rookie Randall, Tyler Randall. They're all pretty good, but there's really not a lot. There's like, you could be
25 needs some people.
125 needs some people. And
a Cutman G said he's going to go to 25 and stay there also.
Yeah. So like,
I don't know how reliable it is, but I heard through the grapevine that Feldman was looking for 3 of the best unsigned 125ers around to fight Dotson to eventually move up to that. And I was one of the names. But yeah, man, I'm here to fight these guys. I haven't checked out everyone you've mentioned, but I know my level. I know I can compete with these guys. I'll obviously do my homework, leading up to these fights. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I really am. I see a lot of these guys, man, they jump in and they're just throwing, and I feel like I'm going to bring something a little bit different technically. I got a good long jab, especially at 125. I'm going to make these guys have to get inside on me, and then I'm going to tag them when they try to get in. I feel like I'm built for this. I'm ready for it. I'm super excited. I feel like I'm over talking, man. I'm just ready to get in there. Super excited about it.
So, but you just mentioned your long jab. For those who are watching and going to be watching later and not familiar with you, you're a 5'10" 125er. You're a tall, long 125er. Are you just like a naturally lean person? Is a cut to 125 no big deal for a guy like yourself?
I wouldn't say no big deal, but man, it used to be really hard for me to make 135, and I just think with maturing, making this like a full-time career, supporting my family with it, it makes it a lot easier to be disciplined. I walk around about 150 in shape. So I'm about 55 right now. I'm a big 125. I'll be 148 the night of the fight. You can call that weight bullying. I have to go through the process. I have to make the weight and still get in there and fight with these guys. I think Dotson's 5'2" maybe, and that's not to take away any of his skills, but I just bring something a little different to 25 that they haven't seen yet.
Yeah, that's a big size disparity.
He is 5'2". Yep.
Yeah. That is wild. Mike, I feel like I'm doing all the talking here. You got anything you want to ask him? Because
Yeah,
I want to keep
know,
asking you questions for sure. I got a bunch of them.
Hey, go for it if you got a bunch of questions. But I want to know, like, what makes you most excited about being in BKFC? Because, like, we were talking about Ben Rothwell and these other guys, you know what they're most excited about? Not having to train wrestling and jujitsu and shit like that. They were like, I don't have to do any of that anymore. It's so great on my body.
Yeah. So I actually have like a non-exclusive contract, so I still plan on doing MMA in between.
Nice.
I'm still going to be, like I said, I'm still really committed to this. I'm going to be doing all the wrestling, all the cage work, jiu-jitsu, and putting in my boxing time. I still plan on competing in both. Still making my mark. I'm still young. I'm still ready to go. So I don't really have any of that. The training is going to be just as hard. Even just to make 125, I got to be putting in a ton of work, ton of road work, plyometrics, heel sprints, all that good stuff that I've been doing in the UFC that's made me successful. I'm still going to be doing all that. I feel like I'm going to bring a different level to this.
It sounds like you got a similar contract with them, a similar deal with them that like Dotson has. Still fighting for Ryzen, still competing MMA, and that's great. That's good for you guys, man. Like multi-fight deals are nice if you're getting paid like fucking boatloads of cash, but if you're not fucking making like 6 figures a fight, then it's not really worth a long-term contract, in my opinion. I'm not a fighter, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
like you get a 6-fight contract
around, right?
You can't. You
don't make your money.
You get a 6-fight contract, and you're not making all that much money, and you only fight twice in a year. You're fucked.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm happy with my contract. They're paying me enough to make a good living off of and things like that. I can support my family. But also, like I want to not even necessarily like Risen or, some big promotion. We have promotion, close to where I live, just to fight in front of your friends and family. I was at the Apex for 4 years in the UFC. I haven't fought in front of my fans in a long time. So just them to compromise with me and work with me and give me the freedom to do some things that I just want to do for my career, enjoy it. Yeah, man, I'm really happy about everything that's happening right now.
I love it.
Yes.
Do you have a time frame of when you're going to make your debut with the BKFC?
I'm right now in dead center in the process of taking over my former gym, rebranding it, moving up here closer to where I am. Me and another buddy is going to be co-owners of that. I'd like to get that situated before I start cutting weight and doing all those things, but I'm really open to anything. As soon as they hit me up, we'll start those negotiations. I could probably do December at the earliest. But yeah, I'm open to anything right now for sure.
Well, they just mentioned December is going to be very busy for them. They got 3 events in the month of December.
Yeah.
One of them, I believe, is Philly.
One of them is in a new state that they haven't been in yet. So probably Pennsylvania, which would be Philly. That's what we're guessing because that's what Feldman was saying. And he also said that same card, Kyle, was going to be the biggest one that they've put on yet. So I feel like that might be a card for you.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to shoot my shot for that one.
Definitely. Are you going to be able to make it to, there's a card happening. Obviously, you're not going to make it to Salt Lake City, right? You're not going to get all the way over to Salt Lake City by tomorrow night.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But what about Florida? Hollywood, Florida, next week. It's a great card. There's going to be a lot of people there. There's always a lot of great fighters there. A lot of fighters live in that area. It's like kind of the hub. I feel like Florida is the hub of bare knuckle fighting. They're there often. So there's going to be a lot of fighters, a lot of good fights. The crowd is awesome. The venue's awesome. There's going to be probably some famous people. Bam Margera, Tito Ortiz, Tyron Woodley. Like a lot of people show up to these events in Florida. So would you be able to make that next week?
Man, I really don't think so. I'm actually cornering some guys next weekend, next Friday. To fight Saturday, I might be able to work something out. But yeah, it's unlikely, man. I got, I'm still running this gym and things like that. So I got to be there for my guys.
Hey, I understand. We got to see you at an event. You got to get to an event and see. Have you been? You haven't been to one live, right?
I haven't been to one live. That's definitely something I want to do.
I know you fight all the time, and maybe some people have gotten into bare knuckle fist fights in your gym or somewhere that you've been, and you've heard 2 professional fighters punch each other in the face with bare knuckles. But I'm gonna tell you, an arena where people have an arena is never quite silent, but sometimes there is that silence where people are focused and somebody gets cracked with that. that noise, the first time we ever heard that slap of the knuckles against somebody's jaw and maybe something broke, it was so loud it reverberated through my body. And we looked at each other and we were like, what the fuck is this? This is insane. And we were hooked right from the start.
Absolutely. We went to an event, Nate, out in Denver. It was the first event in Denver, right, Mike? It was Keegan Vandermeer versus Zeb Vincent.
Yep.
First fight of the night.
Oh, yeah.
So first fight of the prelims. Mike and I are like 150 feet that way from the ring, talking to each other. We're standing pretty far away from the ring.
Yeah.
Keegan Vandermeer hit Zeb Vincent with a right hook to the side of his head that sounded like a tree branch breaking off of
like a big tree branch.
And
like in a storm.
we were like, what the
hell just
was
happened?
that?
What was it? We
And next
knew
thing
somebody got punched, but we weren't sure if it was the punch that made the noise. Like we could not. It was so loud, so loud.
It was crazy. And Zeb ended up getting like 7 staples or something like that.
Yes, and Vandermeer broke his hand
on the side of his head.
So just the noise of the slap and both of like the breaks and it was so loud. Even people like immediately online, everybody's like, "What the fuck was that?"
They're like, "That was the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life." Yeah, it's crazy.
Wild.
So
that's crazy, man. Like, I'm used to fighting in the Apex where there's not a very big crowd, so we get to hear quite a few things in there. I'm a little surprised that it's so easy to hear out there with fans.
Oh yeah, it is. You can almost feel it.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Big Ben said, "Oh, the Dylan Weinmiller, yeah, somebody in the count." So Dylan Weinmiller knocked the guy out in 7 seconds in Denver. Yeah, and Big Ben works for the company. He said, "I wasn't even down the steps, and the dude was out cold." That's another thing, awesome. Man. You're gonna love this shit because starting on the scratch line, 3 feet away from each other, it is so fast paced and so it's shot out of a cannon from the jump. And a guy like yourself, I feel like
I'm excited. Very excited.
You're gonna enjoy yourself. So dude, we're really pumped about this signing, and we're looking forward to seeing you. We want to thank you for coming on here. Is there anything that you want to like shoot out to the BKFC fans? Or this show will be on the app and on our YouTube channel and everything. If anybody if you wanted to say anything to the BKFC loyal out there, John Dotson, maybe Feldman, go ahead. This is your time.
Yeah, I appreciate Nate Shook working with us, compromising on their side and us compromising on ours, making the deal happen. Obviously, David Feldman for creating all this, and just I'm happy to be a part of it. Man, I'm not a big trash talker. John Dotson, I mean, I'm coming at some point. It's all love and respect for me. I appreciate your skills and what you've done in this. You're going to try to knock me out. I'm going to try to knock you out. Let's get it done. 125 class, here I come. Appreciate you guys for having me on. Much respect, and God first, man. Thank you.
Love it, man. Thank you so much for coming on. Mike, do you have anything else for Nate?
I cannot wait to see you fight. Hopefully it's on that big card in December. If it's in Philly, that's going to be incredible. They haven't been there yet, so you get to break in a new sport and a new city in the supposedly the biggest card that they're ever going to put on so far. And I cannot wait David Feldman said himself that it's going to be one of the matchups that he's making now. If it goes through, is he said the biggest matchup that they've made so far. And the one of the guys, when he walks around, the earth shakes. So it's going to be some heavy hitters. We've guessed, but we don't know yet. So it's supposed to come out very, very soon. I cannot wait. So thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
We will be seeing you soon. And if it's in Philly, we'll see you there because I'm sure we're going to drive over there and cover that event. So
awesome. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Have a great night. Everybody else, stick around. We will be right back.
See you, bud.
Let's go, perros! Oh! What's my fucking name? What's my fucking name? What's my fucking name? Fight of the night! I told you! You promoting the wrong people, boss! What'd I tell you, boss? Hell yeah, dog. Who else is getting this love, huh? Who else is getting this fucking love? Que fue my $300 hat though? Que fue my $300 hat though? Congratulations, man. Thank you, brother.
Gotta love David Diaz.
He said fight of the night, more like fight of the year, my friend.
That is correct.
More like fight of the year. Hey, over in the comments, Ryan Perez said it's crazy how everyone is overlooking Bryce Henry. Who's overlooking Bryce Henry?
No idea.
Who's he talking about? Because
As far as I know, I thought Ryan Perez said he was done in pulling him out and putting him in boxing. That's the last thing that I had heard. However, is that true? I don't know. That's just straight up rumors. But if you're saying now people are overlooking him, I don't think anybody's overlooking him. I mean, I can speak for myself. I cannot wait to see that kid back in this.
I know. I desperately want to see that guy fight.
I know. I want him on this next week's card. I cannot believe he's not fighting.
If you want my honest opinion, it should have been him and Soto for the belt.
Yes, that was what we were calling for.
That's what it should have been. So,
no offense to Tenaglia, but he was never, and I will speak exactly just for myself right now, on my radar.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't on my radar either, and it's nothing against him.
No,
but when Palomino vacated the title,
yep, it would have either been Palomino,
right? It would either be Palomino and Soto, or Soto and Bryce Henry.
Yes,
that's it. Yep. That's all. That's what it was. Those were the only two.
But
then they booked the Spain card, and it makes sense to have a European fighter on the card. And Tenaglia is a top fiver. You can always make an argument for a top 5 guy to get a shot at a title. You're in the top 5. You're in the title contention. So it is what it is.
I would love to see him fight. I think though tonight. I mean, I guess, because Hassan's calling out Kai Stewart, not calling out Henry, but, he's just calling out the top dog because he sees him, and that's the way.
Oh, is that what he made? Oh,
I think that might be what it is, because initially I was just thinking about Nate, who we were just talking to, and I'm like, well, obviously he's not calling him out. He's 125. So, but, yes, maybe that's what it is. But, everybody wants to beat Kai. Everybody wants to beat Kai up. They want to punch him in the face. Everybody talking shit to him. I don't think Bryce Henry's out there enough, or even talking shit. He's a pretty humble dude, and I don't really see him out there. He's just training. He's just training. He gets in the ring. He does his thing, and then he fades back away until he fights again. And he truly is the boogeyman, right? Because you just never see the boogeyman until it's too late. The boogeyman doesn't talk. The boogeyman doesn't show up in between hauntings. The boogeyman
isn't the Baba Yaga. The Baba Yaga kills the boogeyman, right?
Oh, okay. So even worse.
He's even worse than the boogeyman.
Right.
The Baba Yaga is the one that takes
even
out
more
the
secret.
boogeyman. So Joe Ivy has a question in the comment section. After watching the weigh-ins, which fight are you most excited about besides the main event and the co-main? Do you have an answer for her? Because I was looking. I watched the weigh-ins. I did think that there was a few that I was like, oh man, that guy's gonna get just judging by stepping on the scales and being face to face on stage. I was just like, oh boy, that guy's in trouble. That guy's in trouble.
Are you talking about? Hold on, I'm gonna say heavyweights or cruiserweights.
There was that one, yes, but there was also which one is it? The David Sanchez versus Ben Robinson. Ben Robinson looks like he's a fucking Terminator. And
yeah. I know exactly. I had the same exact feeling. And apologies to Sanchez, was it?
Yeah. No.
All right, go. I have it backwards.
No, apologies to Sanchez. It was Ben Robinson.
Looked like a beast.
Yeah, he looked like a fucking beast, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I mean, it's hard to.
I'll tell you what fight.
Which one?
For me. So Bradshaw versus Rodriguez.
Draco and Bradshaw.
Yes, yeah, and the odds are pretty fucking wide on that one too. But if I remember correctly, when we were there, Bradshaw did pretty well, right? He came in there, he won his fight against Dennison, who's also on the card. And, he's back. He lives around the area. And then Rodriguez, man, he's 1-0, but the guy, the odds were huge. Let me look up the odds right now, because I think it was a -400.
Draco was.
Yes.
Really? He was
Yeah. Minus 456 to Bradshaw.
wow.
300. So that's a 756 point spread right there. That is fucking nuts, dude.
Wow, that is pretty fucking
Isn't
crazy.
that nuts?
That's
So I'm
wild.
wondering, like, is he that much better? Like, wow, that is huge.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy. I believe yes, Rick Caruso, Slick Rick just hit the nail on the head there. I believe Kane Tomlinson Jr. Commits a homicide tomorrow night. I don't know. I'm just 100% watching you're asking me about watching the weigh-ins and making calls off of that one there. Yeah. I saw that one and I was just like, oh boy, Kane's about to fucking eat for sure. That's but the top 4 fights, man, they're all really good fights. The Mike Jones fight, the Jones Romo fight, and then the Draco Rodriguez and Bradshaw, like you said, the co-main Jeremy Stevens. I cannot wait to see how that fight goes because ODB is a fucking he's an older guy, but he is so goddamn powerful and he is built for this sport and he's done so well. Like he is a guy who knows the ins and outs of this fucking sport and he wins a lot. And you know what I mean? He's right there in that top 5 at all times. And he's fighting a guy like Jeremy Stevens who just loves violence. So this is interesting to me. Because what are the odds on that one? I would imagine Stevens is like a
minus 264. Stevens, Taylor's plus 190. Can I really quick?
I kind of wish Bobby Taylor was a little more of an underdog.
Kane Tomlinson.
Yeah.
Okay, not so fast, I'd say. He could very well win. I'm not saying one way or another. I really don't even know this guy Salas. But he was 6-1 in his amateur career. And he actually is 2-1 in MMA in his professional career. He's about to fight Kane Tomlinson for his first bare knuckle fight. His last fight, he lost a unanimous decision. He beat Trevor Bradshaw by KO.
In
TKO,
boxing or MMA?
In MMA. Yep.
Okay.
In LFA 75, Neil versus Cruz, he fought Trevor Bradshaw, who we were just talking about, who will be fighting. Who we were just talking about him fighting Rodriguez. He beat him by punches in the second round. So that was in 2019. That was 5 years ago, though. So lots happens in 5 years. So who knows where he's at now? The last time that he fought was 2022, and he lost. So.
Remember how we were talking about Kai?
So you don't know. He's got some decent little small career there. And Tomlinson doesn't have much of a career either. He's So he's got a few fights MMA, and now he's fought in bare knuckle. So it might be decent.
Might be a good fight. Why does Kyle McElroy go out of his way to make people hate his fucking ass? Did you see? Like we have talked to him plenty of times and we get along with him fine. But he is an interesting guy, right? So a lot of people fucking hate Kyle McElroy. And he doesn't do himself any favors when he comes out and just fucking flips off everybody and he flips off the crowd. And
I did see that. Yeah,
he's got this demeanor. He's just got this demeanor, dude, that like makes it. Like we were talking about Kai earlier. Like Kai plays that fucking villain role. He plays that heel. I wonder if McElroy like
thinks he's playing the role.
Does that?
But people are seeing it a different way.
No,
or if he actually is doing it on purpose.
Right, like I wonder if he's doing it on purpose to just fucking make everybody dislike him. Like Kai
Joe Ivy says it's his face.
It's his face.
That's what she thinks. So right now, and here's the thing. This is the thing. There are certain people that people just cannot fucking stand them. And I'm gonna. All right, hold on one second. Let's just like look. Okay, so we got Rick Caruso. He said McElroy. McElroy. I have a soldier named McElroy. Actually, I have a soldier and his name is McElroy.
No way.
Last name. Yes, I do. And so he says McElroy is a moron. And then Big Ben's laughing at that, right? So Big Ben agrees, I believe. Then Joe Ivy says it's his face. Like, so a lot of people, and then Tony, DJ Tony says like him, but it hasn't been working. Laugh out loud. So there's something about him that people
It irks
just don't
people.
like, and
Dude,
it's funny
it
because
does.
we get along with him pretty well when he sees him. I think I don't know.
Yeah.
I never like to judge like how we work with people as they are. I can see how he is. I can see how people can kind of get that feeling. I have to push aside like our actual relationship with him because I feel like we get along with pretty much everybody. We get along with 99.9% of people.
Yeah.
So like I can never really use that to judge a fighter or a person. So
he was supposed to be on the California card, wasn't he? And
he was.
It got pulled off of that. I don't know.
I was
going to
say Temecula. What the fuck was it called? Temecula.
Yeah,
he was supposed to be on that card. I don't know why he pulled out, but
all I know is that you and I will be hosting a watch party for this awesome event tomorrow night at Tom's Watch Bar, Mike, our old stomping grounds. Literally my old stomping grounds. Like I've said this before, but the location for everyone that doesn't know this, the location of Tom's Watch Bar is in the actual location in the casino. I waited tables for like 7 years in that exact fucking restaurant, but it wasn't Tom's Watch Bar at the time. It was a barbecue restaurant. So it was literally my own
barbecue, right?
Yeah, Big Bubba's barbecue. Ribs so good, make you want to smack your mama.
Here's the thing. If you're in the New England area, like you're going to be coming from like fucking way up north and just drive
Jackman,
down.
Maine.
4 hours, 5 hours, just drive down. Yep. The old Orchard Beach, take a ride. But oh, you're in North Conway? Great. You just leave at 5. You'll be there at like 8:30. It's fine.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even think that you might be there at 9:30. But if somebody is around the Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut area, make your way over to Tom's Watch Bar and have some fun. And I always tell people, like, obviously, if you're watching this show, you're probably a fan of fights or a fan of us, so you're probably going to go for that reason. But I tell people all the time, I think we turn them off when we say watch party. Like, they automatically think like, oh, you're watching fights. I'm not into fights. I'm not going to show up. But it's like, I'd be honest with you. I watched like 85. I mean, I miss 85% of the fights because we're talking, we're talking about the fighters, but I can't actually watch. Like I'll see a fight coming on. I'll watch a few seconds. I'll be like, oh, this person does this, this, and this. They fought this. We met them in this place. Like, blah, blah, blah. I'll show them pictures, videos, whatever. I can't give them the whole history. But by the time that happens and I walk to the next person, the fight's like over. So I miss it. So a lot of the time I have to go back and watch the fights again. It's just a really good time to get people to go. They're watching the fights. They're winning some stuff. They're winning signed posters. Shout out to Michael Quigg. That's our buddy. I hope he's okay. I hope he's doing well. He's not going to be able to make it tomorrow, but he'll be there soon again. He gives us a lot of signed art that he makes. He's an awesome dude. But yeah, we give away stuff to people. So it's nice. If you're in the area, if you know somebody that's in the area, tell them to come over and have some fun. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's a fucking blast every single time. Rick Caruso made me laugh while you were talking, dude.
I wish Rick Caruso
Rick Caruso says he has a sense of an entitlement aura.
An aura. Yeah.
With the IQ of a peanut and the social skills of a skunk. Wow. That is something right there. Hey, the answer to did we get anybody that got the answer to that?
Okay, so let's reiterate this real quick. We have 2 tickets that were donated to us by our friend Tony Chappell. He has 2 tickets, table 11 for Salt Lake City, which is happening tomorrow night, Faria versus Wong. And we were asking a single question: who is Christine Faria's favorite UFC fighter? Only answer this if you can make it. And we knew it was going to be a difficult task to maybe find somebody who is in the area or can make the fights tomorrow night. Tony knows that, but he's a very nice dude and he wants to bring some people to the fights. So he said, hey,
no, they do not include airfare. That's why Mike is saying if you're in the area, you fucking
if you're in the area and you take a plane up the road.
Yeah, if you're in the area, hop on a plane and fucking get off it 20 minutes later.
I wish it included what? Hear me out on this. One day it will include airfare.
Yeah, one day.
One day it will include.
This is not that day.
But this is not that day. That day is coming. And it's coming up
I
fast.
noticed that somebody had put a few answers in
I don't
there.
even think you can get airfare right now, because if you
And-
did, it
and
would probably
Mike-
be a couple $1,000s for a damn late. Imagine getting a plane from Ben from Florida to fucking Salt Lake City
On
to
a day's
make it for
notice?
tomorrow. No, it's gonna be very expensive.
Yeah, it'd be a $4,000 fucking flight.
It's gonna be some ridiculous shit, and then
So,
they're gonna be late.
so Big Ben had put in the comment section that it's Cyborg, but it's not. It's not Cyborg.
It's not. He knows who it is. He texted me, and I told him he was right.
Okay. Okay.
But don't answer it in the comments, please.
So do we give them another minute?
Marvo said, "Can I just answer the question and not win the tickets? Because the easiest shit ever." No.
Well,
It would be nice if someone knew, but if not, Tony has a backup plan to give them away. So, like, if we don't give them away here, it sucks a little bit, but it's fine. He will give them away. He just has extra tickets, and he figured, being the great dude that he is, that he would get in touch with us and say, "Hey, listen, let's see if we can give away on your show." We knew it was going to be a little bit of a challenge, because it has to be like people in the area, and it's like less than 24 hours they have to be there. So it has to be someone who lives close, at least a 3 to 4 hour drive close, so
Falcon 09 says 9.5 to 11-hour drive if I drive right now.
well, why don't you do it? Are
So
you going to do it? Make the guess.
Answer the question.
And you'll be sitting with Tony, who is a good dude.
Right,
He's
you'll be
going to be
sitting
fun. You'll have a
ringside.
blast.
Table
You'll be
11.
sitting ringside. Just do it. YOLO. I would say, can I tell you right now, and this isn't even like a bias thing or anything. Like, can I tell you just right now, in life, you only have so many chances at so many things. Every single minute that passes, you will never get back again. And that is an absolute fact. I don't care if people think it's negative, because it's not. It's just real. It's real shit. You have one life. Live the best life that you can. Get in that fucking car, drive, and answer the question as you're fucking driving, and get those tickets and have a goddamn great time tomorrow. And you tell us all about it. We'll bring you on the show next week, and you can tell us how great of a time you have with Tony Chappell, and he can come on too. Take pictures, take video, and do it. I urge you, if you can do it, because you'll love it. You'll go there, you'll have a blast, you'll meet a bunch of people. It might suck the drive at first, but when you get there, you're going to be so happy you did it, and you're going to go to the after parties and the hotel, and you're going to have a blast, and you're going to hang out with Tony, and you're going to love it. And you're going to be like, damn, I'm glad we did that. It's memories and experiences. That's what you need to do. People like to push things off, and I'm not
Get in the
specifically
car.
saying you.
Swervo
Just
says get in the
fucking do it
goddamn
if you
car.
can. Just get
Big
in
Ben
the car
says
and
get in
go
the
if you
car.
can do it. If
Everyone
you got
says-
leave, use it. Just do it.
Just fucking go. I wish I was out there, dude.
Or TJ Slackson, go do it. Just do it.
Fuck.
Like Nike said. TJ Slackson, meet up with Falcon unless he's bringing his brother.
I'm tied up with work until Monday. Yeah, see, I mean, I happen to be staying at the Fighters Hotel as well. So, you know what I mean? Like, we
Just
don't
call out. Unless you're going to be fired, just call out. But
so, with that said,
call in dead. That's right. Tony
listen,
Chappell says call in
call in
dead.
dead.
I am
Mike,
dead.
Mike, we have to work tomorrow. I left
I'm
work
excited.
today
I'm excited
sick.
to work. You
I
did, I know.
I left work sick, but I am feeling okay right now. I'm going into work tomorrow, and I'm going to be at the casino, Tom's Watch Bar, tomorrow night. But then we don't have a show next week. I want everybody to know that we do not have a show next week.
There's a reason.
Have your peeps call his peeps. Yeah. I'm gonna get some rest.
Megan better be there tomorrow.
We're gonna be there. We're gonna be there
Catch.
tomorrow night. We're gonna have a good time. I'm playing in a golf tournament on Saturday, which is pretty cool. I haven't golfed much this year, so I'm pretty pumped about that. We do not have a show next week because why, Mike? We're going to Miami.
Yeah, we going to Florida.
Yeah, we're going to Florida, guys. We're gonna go down there for BKFC 66. We're gonna see Ryan Reber fight Alberto Blas for that title. We're going to have a good ass time like we always do down in Hollywood, Florida. It's fucking awesome. I cannot wait. We're going to see Big Ben.
Yep.
We're going to see Swervo probably. We're going to see a bunch.
Swervo, look at, I already just got a haircut, but in 1 week I'm getting another one.
Right.
I got a haircut yesterday, but in 1 week I am 100% getting a haircut. It has to happen. We can't, this is going to be like the 4th or 5th time that we've been together. And every single time I was supposed to get a haircut, It's happening this time.
This is funny.
Has to happen. Has to happen. Are you going to be there early? You're going to be there the day before. You are now the BKFC cut man. You are cut man Swerve. You need to be there. They got cut man G.
They already got a cut man.
Swerve. They got a cut man and a cut man.
This comment from Ben made me kind of laugh. It says he has to go to work tomorrow, or so he could do the watch party, or he can't come. So that's, to be honest with you, Ben,
Jeff Moore will be there.
That is one of the main reasons why I'm going to work tomorrow, because I couldn't justify to myself. My conscience would fucking eat at me that I skipped work for the day.
And then went to the work.
Then I went to the casino and hosted a fucking watch party. Yeah, I'm saying, like, people from work going to be there. You know what I mean? It's fucking hilarious that he wrote that, because that was going on in my mind. Like, if I don't go to work tomorrow, I probably shouldn't go to the party.
Oh yeah.
So buck up, little camper.
I got some of my new employees in my shop. You know, the new guys. They call me boss man. That's an honor. I got some of them going. I've got the whole crew. We got a new crew now. There's a whole bunch of people going. So we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be a blast.
Well, I've had enough, Mike. Shout out to Hasan and Nate for coming on tonight. Really excited to see if Hasan gets a contract. I think he will.
Oh, he's in.
I think he will. Dude, you don't come out in this sport 2 fights in a row knocking people out like he did, and especially with a highlight reel in the first one, and then 3 knockdowns in the second one, and like really the look on Ibsen's face after that first punch was just like, oh no,
you just kind of felt that.
Oh no,
kind of feel it.
Yeah, so I would assume we're gonna get some news on him and his teammate Chad and his teammate Drew. All 3 of those guys are probably going to be on card sometime in the near future, I would imagine. And Nate Maness coming over, adding a little more life to that 125 division. I can't wait to see what they do with him. They've been on a signing spree, dude. They've been signing a lot of fighters, so this is good stuff. Keep growing the company, growing the sport. And we'll just keep on pumping these episodes. We're on 297 right now, Mike. We're 3 episodes away from 300. We got to figure out what we're doing for 300.
Oh, look who's in the comments right now. Look who's in the comments. She always sneaks in at the end. She watches the whole show. I think. Yep, Julie. We're gonna put you on the screen, Julie. Because
do you guys want me and Mike to dress like like Spartans for 300?
And we are grateful that you watch, but I notice every show at the end, she says, great show, but she doesn't talk the whole show. I don't know if she's shy, but I hope she watches the whole show. And, but thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to call you out here.
Yeah. We love our loyal followers here. The missionaries.
Yep, Mike and missionaries.
I noticed you did not acknowledge the proposal of me and you dressing like Spartans for the fucking 300th episode.
Dressing like
Spartans.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on who the guest is, you know, or the guests.
Yeah.
We're looking to get some guests. We have some high hopes. We have some ideas, but we're just really not sure. You know, where do we go? What do we do? Do we talk about the show and what we've done so far? Do we have guests on? Do we have a few guests? What do we do? I
don't know. Big Ben says episode 300, he's going to make a guest come. That's weird.
Oh, that's going to be rated. That's going to be like NC-17 shit. I can't wait for it.
Big Ben's going to make a big guest come on the 300th show. This is crazy. Big news, everybody. Yeah. It's going to be
Big Ben's going to show you that.
Dude, we were putting blades on a freaking aircraft today, and they couldn't get the pin down on the blade, and fucking one of the soldiers there goes, "You got a Hawk Tua on that shit."
Yeah, it's a Black Hawk Tua.
The Black Hawk Tua. Oh, that shit made me laugh. I was like, did he just fucking say Hawk Tua on that fucking pin, dude? Oh my god, I gotta love it. Shout out to our sponsors real quick before we go. Go to buckedup.com, use promo code Mike and Mish 20, get 20% off your total purchase. They're awesome supplements, awesome gear. Hey, listen up. And go over to @LIB Dynamic on Instagram. Hit that hit the link in the bio, become a patient in just 20 seconds, live that dynamic life. And then the Rasha, get over to @Rasha Revolution on Instagram, hit the link in the bio, get on board with that championship mindset, or go to www.therasha.com. Thank you very much, Tim. Thank you guys for tuning in. We do not have a show tomorrow, but I hope to see a bunch of you tomorrow night. I think it's going to be a good time, Mike. What do you say?
I say